behind every successful man there is an astonished woman.
I suppose that I was just made very aware of the importance of the environment, that we live within it. We have to learn to understand it, and that's what we've been trying to do here. Although when we came here, it was already a relatively degraded piece of land. It just needed repairing again.
Well, I think one of the things that has made it so different is us, actually, because we have done an immense amount of modification to this property since we first took it on. We planted 1.5 million trees or more and put in good pastures.
From my point of view, for instance, I can look out my window there at the trees down there, which I grew from seed and planted, and are now big mature trees. And it makes me feel old. I also
the trees are young.
feel that it was, it's been worthwhile.
I think the really good thing about the future of this farm is that Hamish is a brilliant business manager, and I've been a very creative, artistic type of intellect, and we've created this property, and it really is almost like playing God with the environment, to go in there and plant all the trees we have and put in all the wetlands we have and do all the drainage, and it's a bit like coming to the end of a really good painting and thinking, well, I've achieved this. It's something that's come from me, and it's really quite interesting that a man can do that. There's a great satisfaction in seeing people who get genuine pleasure, and sometimes over several generations, from something that I've made from within my mind. Nearly all of what we've done is actually to develop an environment in which sheep can be comfortable. I mean, you'd be crazy to go into a business that you thought that ultimately you were just being cruel to everything that you were operating on, and the workmen in that business are sheep. Well, you don't try and make them uncomfortable, you don't try and make them miserable. We need to shelter them from hazards of weather and feed them well and have them placid and contented for them to perform at their best. So yes, I mean, it's a terrific pleasure to go out there and see the lambs gambling together and playing. I mean, it's a great moment. I'm in the fortunate position that I'm a fourth generation on the place, and I've got my father's bird book and my grandfather's bird book. And my grandfather recorded 111 species, my father recorded 148 species, and we've seen 215, 216 species on the place now.
Really, I think there's only 850 species in Australia, so if we get a quarter of them here, that's pretty amazing.
I think it's a really interesting point that if you're too close to your own country, how much do you know about it because you've not seen other countries to compare it with?
I think we're very interested in what we see from an agricultural point of view in other countries. I mean, recently we've been in Romania and Bulgaria.
You bless your lucky stars when you see what the Romanian shepherds are doing, trying to battle off bears and wolves when they're taking their sheep up to the hills over summer, and think how lucky we are that we can handle our sheep without doing that.
This is the thing, that we come back and think, we are absolutely blessed with what we have, and our admiration for how people in other climates and cultures have to cope.